Hey there, Alta Sierra Bruins, 8th graders, and future Buchanan Bears. This is Mr. Lake. I'm a teacher out here at Buchanan High School, and one of the things I do for Buchanan is help out with our Energy Academy, and I know some of you have signed up to get involved in that, and that's very cool. And one of the projects we do as part of the Energy Academy is we sponsor these Solar Car Kit races. And that's what you're going to participate in. I'd also like to mention the Kings River Conservation District helped buy all this equipment, and we're going to, this particular kit that you're going to build is using equipment that's been used in the past. Okay, it's reused material, but you can build a really cool car with this reused material. So let's go over the list of things. Well, first of all, you're going to get a plastic bag like this, your group, filled with these parts. So let's go over those parts. First thing you're going to have is a solar panel. Okay, here's your solar panel. These things are awesome. Okay, they take energy from that's in sunlight, and the sunlight lands on the surface of here, and it turns it into electrical energy and sends it through the wires. And then these wires can go to a motor, and the motor turns that energy into work. And that can, so here's your motor. Okay, so the solar energy will make this thing turn, and notice there's a little pulley right there. So here's our motor with a very little pulley, this little red thing. Okay, and this thing's going to spin really fast. And then you have to hold that motor to your solar car. So here's your motor holder, looks like that, and then you're going to have another pulley, looks like this. Here's a red pulley, and the rubber band's going to go around that. It's going to go around both pulleys, and it's going to turn your axle, and this connected to your wheels. So here are obviously you need 4 wheels, and each set of 2 wheels has an axle. So there you go. Here's a rubber band that's going to transfer the energy from your motor pulley to the big pulley to your wheels. Okay, so you should have a rubber band in there. And then we're going to use straws, and this straw is going to be used to hold the axles to the body of your car. And so we'll do that. Now, for the body of your car, I'm going to use this cardboard. It's not in your kit, but you can get some cardboard anywhere. And so use that, or you can use another material, foam core boarding or anything that's good and stiff, that'll hold all the pieces together. You want something that's fairly light, okay? So don't use a big sheet metal or something. But I use cardboard because it's cheap, it's easy to cut, and it works really well. All right, so first thing we need to do is get our wheels ready. So here I have let's make the front wheels. And so I'll just arbitrarily make these the front wheels. And so these wheels come off these axles, and sometimes they come off a little too much. So you may have to use a little bit of glue. Don't use a lot of glue though, please, if you glue these, because we want to reuse this material later on, for next year's students. So don't do that. So don't. Be careful. Don't want to ruin it. So I'm going to slip that in there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this straw and put it through here, and then I want to leave enough axle sticking out to put the other wheel on. So about maybe a 1/4 of an inch. Oops. So I want to cut it right there. So then I take a pair of scissors. So you should have some scissors available, and you trim that like that. And now I'm going to put this straw over the axle, and then I put the wheel on. Okay, and there's my front wheels, what I'm going to use for my front wheels. Okay, and now I'll start working on the body now, and what we're going to do is we're going to tape this onto some cardboard. So what I need though is I need to create a body that will allow the front wheels to turn but hold the axles. So just put that right here. I take a pen or pencil, and just, you know, kind of trace out enough room. Like here's a corner for the front wheels. So I'll be cutting that out, and then on this side do the same thing. I feel like I'm doing a cooking show here, giving these instructions online like this. But anyway, so I'm going to cut those corners out, and that will allow my wheels to turn. So let's go ahead and do that. And now you could, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. You can probably do a better job than what I'm going to do. You know, make it nice and neat. You have more time. But you know, have fun with it and get creative. Don't make the exact car that I make, okay? There is going to be a contest like on the best car design. Mine would not win, okay? So anyway, so there we go. And now I'm going to I could take a piece of tape and put the tape over that, and that will allow, you know, my car to roll. And all right, so now here's the back wheel, and I got to do the same thing for the back wheel. Let's get the back wheel ready. The back wheel is going to have not just a wheel, but also this pulley. All right, so I'm going to take this wheel off, and so, well, wait, I didn't need to take that one off. I need to put that. Well, I do. Here, let's do this. First, you put the pulley on, slip it over the wood axle, and then you want to put the wheel over like that. And this is what's going to power the car. And now I need to put a straw on there. Where'd my straw go? Here it is. And slip that over. And leave enough room to put the other wheel on there. So about right there. Okay, now I'm going to put this over. And now I've got an axle right there. Slip this wheel on. This back wheel on. And now you're ready to go. You may need to tape or glue these wheels on. Now if you do, be careful. This thing has to be able to slide across these straws. Alright, so and if you want to do something different, if you want to make two different straws, you know, get creative. Okay, so I'm gonna see here's where the front wheels are going to go. So the back wheels or the powered wheels are going to go here. And by the way, you can make a front wheel drive car. It doesn't have to be a back wheel drive car. Now you want to leave enough space so that there's room for your solar panel to go in between. Right? Okay. So I'm going to cut this out. Okay. All right, and then on this side, got to cut a little more out because I need room for the pulley. Okay, and now I can cut out the body, or sometimes called the chassis. Kind of the thing that holds the whole car together. It's called the chassis. So here's my chassis. Okay. So now, when you guys get to the high school, let me tell you something about high school. High school is a lot of fun. And there's lots of stuff to do here. So find something you really like and get involved. And because Buchanan High School, I think the strongest thing about Buchanan is that we are good at everything. We've got, you know, everything from robotics to choir, you know, all the different sports and stuff. So it's pretty. Ooh, it's got my name on it. How about that? I don't know. I just kind of picked a box somewhere to do that. So let's go ahead and tape the wheels on now. So, do that. Wow, I made that really long. That's okay. So I'll tape these on. So I got some masking tape, and now, I don't know what your teacher's going to let you do. You can use masking tape. You can get some better tape. You can use better tape if you want. I don't need to make it that long. And you know, there we go right there. And then what I'll do is I'll just bring this up like that. And you want to make it nice and as perpendicular as you can make it. So maybe if you know, like get a sheet of paper or something or a ruler and draw a straight line and make it really straight. I don't really have time to be that accurate, so I'm just trying to get this thing done. And again, if you want to fast forward through parts of this, you know, you might be able to get the gist of it. Okay, and there we go. So there's the front wheels. You can put more tape on if you need to, or retape it. And notice that the straw helps keep the wheel from, you know, rubbing against the body. The last thing you want is the wheels to rub against the body, because that will do. Now that doesn't look all that great, does it? There's a lot sticking out there, and so, hey, fix it. You know, make it however you want. Now let's put the back wheels on. Okay, didn't really quite as much room there, but that's okay. It'll work. So I'll get another piece of tape. Put that on here. I also coach the robotics team here, and so if you're interested in robotics, come talk to me. Robotics is a lot of fun. And it's not just about robots, it's about marketing and art. You know, I need artists and writers and all that kind of stuff to be on the robotics team. And programmers, designers, and builders, fabricators we call them. There's all kinds of different parts of the robotics team. Okay, so there we go. Oops, see, now it's not straight. So you have to fix it. And that looks pretty good. And now, look at that. I got a little car. But the car has to move, right? It has to go. So now we have to put the motor on it. And here's your motor. Now here's a rubber band. Now here's the toughest part about this particular kind of car, this pulley car, is that when you put the pulley over, here's the rubber band. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in here so you can really see what I'm talking about. Okay, your rubber band has to be tight enough, okay, so that it will, there's enough friction where, you know, when this thing turns, it'll actually turn the wheel. But if it's too tight, you're going to pull the wheel or the axle from the tape, and also you're going to add a lot of friction between the tape, or between the axle and the straw. So it's kind of tricky. Okay, so that rubber band's going to go there. Now here's your motor mount. So you put your motor into the motor mount, and then now you want, wherever the pulley is going to be, you want that to be where the pulley is for your motor. So I'll put that right about here. Okay, now this is the trickiest part, is putting the rubber band on and figuring out how tight to make this. Whoops, this is why it's easier to do this with two people than with just little old me. Okay, now see, that's not tight enough, so I got to take this off. There we go. Now here's a problem I notice. If I pull this tight, see how the rubber band is rubbing into the cardboard right here? So that means I'm going to need to trim my cardboard a little bit more. That is the beauty of cardboard. It's cheap. I'm just going to bend that back right now. I'll cut it later. There we go. So now this thing will, when this turns, it should turn the wheel. So when I turn that, it turns the wheel. It is pulling that axle away. So one thing you can do if it's pulling your axle is get a push pin and stick the push pin in there, and that'll hold the axle and keep it from slipping. There isn't a push pin in your kit, but your teacher will have some push pins if you need to use one. So there's that. Now this will turn the wheel. Okay. Now we need to secure. Whoops. Let me zoom back out. We need to secure the motor with tape. So that it won't come off. Okay, so do that. Maybe do it a couple more times. Okay, and now we're ready to put the solar panel on. Now I will admit here that the straw and the wood, there's a little bit of friction in there. So you may want to try to think of a way to reduce the amount of friction in there. That'll make your car go better, the less friction there is. And here's your solar panel. So I'm going to put it like this. Now, when you are if you're going to tape your solar panel on there, try to get a couple little sheets of Scotch tape, because Scotch tape is clear and it won't block sunlight from reaching your panel. So I'll put that right there. And I got another little strip that I saved. So there's my tape. I should hold the panel on. Oh, I should have put the, let me hold it before I do that. Now you got to put the wires here, or the leads on there, so they're, the leads can be tricky because they can actually interfere with the your wheels, so make sure that this wire doesn't run into your wheels. Okay, and there we go. There we go, we're done. Now this car, believe it or not, will when the sunlight hits the solar panel, it'll power this motor, which will turn this pulley, which will turn the rubber band, and the rubber band will pull on there, and it will make your car go. So this will work. Again, you're going to have to really see how this wheel is slipping. So you're going to have to fix that. I mean, it's not perfect. You're going to have to figure some stuff out yourself. But this is the basic setup. You can adjust the motor mount so that the pulley is just the right tightness, and it will go. Energy and sunlight will be converted to electrical energy. That electrical energy will turn the back wheels and make your car go. And that is your solar-powered car. Good luck, and we'll see you at the races.